I'm going to pass this over to Keith Johnson, who has some very exciting news for us. Keith, are you ready?
Hello. Yeah, no, I was just muted. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Great. So I wanted to, two things. One, I wanted to say thank you to the one person. I'm sorry, it'll take too much time to bring up his name, but one person did send in a photo for the Autodesk University. So if you missed that post, I'm doing a slideshow for Autodesk University, and we are looking for photos that we've taken of ourselves doing work for Enable, especially if you have any photos of yourself working in Fusion 360 or something, because it will be for the Autodesk. So I got Melina and Justine sent a whole bunch, and I have some, so we're good for that. But if you've got some, that'd be great. But what I really want to talk about is the other post I made right after that. I've been working for a while with a variety of celebrity personalities, people like that. I live near Disney, so I frequently go to these events, and once in a while we'll bring the kids to meet, let's say, like a voice actor for Star Wars or something, or we have our favorite concerts. Just saw Rick Springfield a couple nights ago at Epcot. So, but I've been last March I was down on my second printer and was not sure when or if I was getting my next one. So I started talking to Melina a lot more, and she got me involved in a whole bunch of different projects, little things that are helping out that have nothing to do with actually printing the hands, but are crucial to what we do. And so while I was down on printing, I started familiarizing myself with Twitter. I've done Facebook for years, but really just with my family. So I started talking to a couple of these people on Twitter saying, hey, I'm with this group Enable, just little light pokes and while you're here in town, etc., kind of things. It didn't really get much, of course, in person at Disney, it was always, oh yeah, I'd love to, get back to me. But out of the blue, for some reason, on my fairly new Twitter account, Open Biomedical and this guy, James Kahn, linked with me, connected with, followed me or something. So I looked them both up, and I figured one was related to Enable. Maybe they saw me on Google+. But the James Kahn one threw me, and I thought, well, that's not the actor, is it? And oddly enough, he goes by that James Kahn, as in, oh, you're James Kahn. Yes, the writer-producer. Oh, that James Kahn. But he's a heck of a guy. He was a medical doctor by profession in Chicago, which is where I'm from. He then got somehow connected with E.T., where he was brought in to lend some medical credence to the verbiage in the scene where they're resuscitating E.T. He brought a book that he had written, a novel that he wrote many years ago, and Steven Spielberg liked it. So he got him to do the novelization of Return of the Jedi. Actually, he did Poltergeist first, but he's done Poltergeist, Goonies, etc. He's most known for being the writer-producer of Melrose Place. But he also did a lot of stuff on ER, and sure I'm forgetting some, last year of General Hospital. Anyway, so he's a medical doctor. Oh, and he also does music. He has 4 albums. He's mostly kind of almost a bluesy James Taylor kind of a thing. Well, so recently I hit a couple people up again, and with him in September I said, hey, we had to postpone our conference. We could really use any kind of help and any kind of support or shout out or whatever. And he said, well, let me get back to you in a couple of weeks. So he got back to me and he said, I've got this movie I'm about to launch on Indiegogo. We're doing the movie next year. And how about I give you guys 1% of all the funds we raise in the Indiegogo? And of course, we'll talk you up on our website and everything like that. And, out of all the people that said, yeah, sure, I'll help, who was the first one that right away, boom, I've got an idea. This is how we'll do it. How can we do it? So between Melina and Grace, and I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, we kind of put this together and got an actual kind of formal agreement going on. So his thing kicked off yesterday. So I would encourage everyone that's listening to at least check it out. It's interesting. And there's some swag you can get, some signed copies of Return of the Jedi or his albums or whatnot. There's actually even, for anybody that's got an extra 1,000 laying around, 2 walk-on roles and one speaking role for, I think, 1,500. But it looks like an interesting, quirky, cute movie, little funny, little drama. And if we have time at the end, I'll screen share the 3-minute promo. But really, I just wanted to put a shout out to this and to look into it and check it out and to thank them, because this could really get the ball rolling, which was my secret evil plan, is that once you get something willing to go along, and this has worked for me before in PTO events and fraternity events, once you get that one person that says, yeah, I'll step up, sure, why don't I do this? Then others can follow suit, and this could be a big thing for us. So I was thinking just this morning, well, maybe this could be the start of something like a Enable Community Foundation 1% handoff, and we could target other crowdsourcing things. We've often talked about how can we get into crowdsourcing, involved in crowdsourcing. This is a person that's established long ago and has done things like this before. And who knows, 1% when you're raising tens of thousands or some hundreds of thousands, some of these projects, 1% is significant to us, but wouldn't necessarily hurt a random crowdsource. And their goal is $85,000. It's a small budget film, but their stretch goal is $485,000. So, at the very least, this is $1,000 to $5,000 donation. But more than that, I hope it starts a trend of support and kind of a Kickstarter kickback thing, or forget. We'll come up with a marketing term later. But that's the gist of it. I just really wanted anybody that noticed that and passed by it and thought they might not be interested in the movie. Maybe you're not, but let's take a look at the guy. You might like his music. You might like his humor. He posts on Twitter, and both Twitter, Facebook, and his online site are all that James Kahn, Kahn. And so that was about it. Unless there's questions at the end, and again, if there's time at the end, I'll play the screen share, the 3-minute promo. It's not just a quick promo for the movie, but it also is him talking. And I almost forgot. I also want to thank Christine Fry. I keep only thanking James, but James Kahn and Christine Fry are producing this film. And obviously, without both of their support and agreement, this deal wouldn't go. And they've both commented quite a bit about how they really believe in our cause and really want to give back, and that this is a great thing. And James, being involved with Star Wars, has a couple times mentioned to me that he loves the idea that that Return of the Jedi happened because here you have Luke Skywalker lost his hand and saved the galaxy. And if you're a fan of the early series, Anakin lost his hand, became Darth Vader, and almost crushed the galaxy. So the two key antagonist and protagonist in this are both hand recipients in a way. So how could you not want to try to find a way to make that work for us? So anyway, I've rambled long enough, so that's my 2 cents. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, Keith. Keith mentioned the promo for the movie. It's hard to play a promo over a Hangout, but what we'll do is, Keith, if you could put a link to that in the comments on the event page for this Hangout, that would be great.